Hello everyone, today we are going to see some important interview questions of React. So first one is the what is props. So basically what is prop? So prop stands for property. It simply means a property that we passing from one component to another, and they are read only component, and props are the read only. We cannot update it. Then it is an object which stores the value of attributes of a tag and works similar to the HTML element. So what does this prop do? So basically it stores the value of that particular attribute, like work like similar to HTML elements, and it gives a way to pass data from one component to another component. So what we can do by using these props, we can pass the data from one component to another component, like from parent to child component, like this. Then similar to function argument passing props. So basically here we can see that this is a demo component, which is a simple component, and here sample prop is this is a prop. We are passing these props as a particular thing, like hello prop or something, hello world or anything as a data object or function. Anything we can pass as a prop, and this is the simple name of prop. And then accessing props. So if you want to access this prop, so we have to simply write like these dot props are and this prop name. So this dot props, this is a kind of global object. We store all the component in props. So basically this is a global object. Then next question is the what is state. The state in React is an instance of React component class that can be defined as an object of state of observable properties that control the behavior of component. So basically in React, state is a state is not a read only component. We can update it. In it simply means we are storing the value of particular variable in any like a data type, or in any variable like a is equal to 10, and after some time we can update it. Then the state of component is an object that holds some information that may change over the lifetime of the component. So by using this state, we store the information and we can change it after some time. Then so basically what is this state? The state of component is an object that holds some information. It just holds information like let a equal to 2, like this, that may change over the lifetime of the component. So it may change 2 to 3 4, like this. A state is a variable that exists inside a component. So yeah, this state is exists inside a component, not an outside, that cannot be accessed and modified outside of the component. Once you declare like this variable, we cannot access it outside of the component, and can only be used inside component. So and also we cannot use this value outside of the component. Then state can be modified using this state. The state can be asynchronous. Yeah, we can change the state by using like this set state react hook with that. Then next one is the difference between props and state. So basically what does difference between this? So basically props, the data is passed from one component to another. So what we can do by using these props, we can pass the data from one component to another. And what does this state do? The state, the data is passed within the component only. So with the help of this state, we can pass the data within component. We cannot take the data outside of that component. And these props are immutable. We cannot immutate it as it is. We just need to pass this data from one component to another component, and it is immutable. Yeah, so if we declare a variable like let a is equal to 4, we can update it like to 6 7, like that. So states are immutable. Props can be used with state and functional component. Yeah, So props can be used by using these state and functional components, and state can use only with the state component, and state used in that state component only, like this. Props are read only, so we cannot update these props. We just need to pass as it is. State is both read and write. Yeah, so we can update it, read it and write it, like that. Then props are used to transfer the data from one parent component to child component. So the use of mainly props is, with the help of, we can transfer the data from one parent component to another child component, and we can make it reusable. The state are used to manage the data outside a component itself, and state are used to manage for only data and that particular component only. Then what is difference between controlled and uncontrolled components? So basically what does mean of this control component? So are those component in which form data is handled by component state. So the component are those all the inputs and all the data are just handled by the components. It takes current value through props. What does when it takes the value from props only and makes changes through callbacks like on click and on change, like this it makes changes. Then a parent component manages its own state and passes the new values as props to the control component. So yeah, a parent component manages own state. So what does control components are they in control of React, like only this, and all the things happen with like props, state, and with all the React functionalities. So that's it. And then next one is uncontrolled components are the components that are not controlling by the React state and handled by the DOM. So yeah, under control components is not handled by the React. So these are the out of the control, and these are handled by the DOM, like user hook, which is not executed by React, which is done by DOM, which doesn't use virtual DOM, which uses actual real DOM. Then next one is control component. So under the control of component state, so we will see the difference in between control components and under control components. So they are control in component state, whereas are under the control of DOM. So these are the under the control of DOM. These components are predictable as are controlled by the state of the components. So these control components are predictable. This is because this all the functionality is depend on props and state and virtual DOM. So whereas our uncontrolled components during the life cycle methods data may loss. So this is not purely depend on React, so which is not under the control of React. So the reason it may lose the data. Then internal side is not maintained in control component. Internal state doesn't maintain. Then here internal state is maintained. Then here we accept the current value as a props. In control component, what we do, we just accept current value as a props, and in uncontrolled we access the values using refs. So here instead of props, what does, from where we access the value, from the refs, references. With the help of references we access the value. Does not maintain its internal state. So it uses virtual DOM, so it doesn't maintain its internal state, whereas uncontrolled component maintain internal state because it directly connected to the DOM. Then control by parent component. So these control components are the controlled by their parents, whereas these are the controlled by itself, as it directly connected to the real DOM. Have better control on the form data and values. So in React with control component we have a better control of with all the things like form data and values. In the case of uncontrolled component, have limited control over the form and data. So we have a limited control. So what it should do, it may do the things like data loss and like that may happen. So that's enough for today. Thank you.